Hello everybody, so in this video we're going to look at solving inequalities involving the modulus function. And in example 1 we've been asked to solve the modulus of x squared minus 25 being less than 9. So when we solve equations like this, we need to start by sketching a graph. So we have the equation y equals x squared minus 25, and to turn this into a modulus function, we need to make all these negative values of y into positive, so we need to reflect it in the x-axis. So this becomes the modulus of x squared minus 25. So now we've sketched this modulus function, we need to draw the line y equals 9. And you can see we've got 4 points of intersection here, here, here and here. So if we go back to our inequality, well, the modulus of x squared minus 25 is in green, and this has to be below, because it is less than 9, so it has to be below the purple line. And you can see it is below the purple line between points D and E and F and G. And points D and G come from a positive version of x squared minus 25. So if we say that positive x squared minus 25 equals 9, then we know that x squared will equal 34. So x will be the plus or minus the square root of 34. So at D, we've got minus root 34, and at G, we've got positive root 34. And we can find points E and F by considering the negative case of this. So now, negative x squared minus 25 will equal 9. So negative x squared plus 25, multiplying out the negative, will equal 9. So we get x squared will equal 16. So x will equal plus or minus 4. So at point E, we've got minus 4. And at point F, we've got positive 4. So if we go back to our graph, we can see that the modulus is below 9 between D and E. So when x is less than negative 4, but greater than negative root 34, we have our solutions. Or when x is less than root 34, but greater than positive 4. So less than root 34, but greater than positive 4. And this will be our solution using set notation, okay? And in example 2, we're going to look at fractional inequalities with a modulus function. So in example 2, we've been asked to solve a modulus of 2 over x plus 2 being greater than or equal to 4. So again, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to sketch a graph. So if we say let y equal 2 over x plus 2, we know we'll have an asymptote at x equal negative 2. Because at negative 2, this becomes 0, and 2 divided by 0 is undefined. And when x equals 0, well, this becomes 2 divided by 2, so y will equal 1. And when x tends to infinity, we'll have 2 divided by infinity, because this positive 2 will become negligible. So when x tends to infinity, y will tend to 0. And when x tends to negative infinity, well again, this will become negative infinity, so we'll get negative 0, or y will again tend to 0. So now we can use these to sketch our graph. So we've got the equation y equals 2 over x plus 2, and we've got our asymptote at x equals negative 2. And if we now think about the modulus of 2 over x plus 2, all of these positive y values will remain positive, and these negative y values will be flipped in the x-axis. So now we have a modulus of 2 over x plus 2. We need to draw the line y equals 4. And you can see that this gives us 2 points of intersection, one at A and one at B. So now we have our sketched graph, we can carry on with solving the equation. So because we're told that the modulus of 2 over x plus 2 is greater than or equal to 4, we're looking at when the purple line is above the orange line. So we're looking at between here to here, and then from this point down to B. So to solve for point A, we need to consider the negative case when this is flipped over to here. So negative 2 over x plus 2 will be equal to 4. So negative 2 will be equal to 4x plus 8. We'll move the 8 to the right hand side and then divide by 4. So x will equal negative 2.5. And to solve for B, we need to consider the positive case. So we'll have 2 over x plus 2 will equal 4. So 2 will equal 4x plus 8. And then we'll move 8 to the left hand side, we'll divide by 4. So x will equal negative 1.5. So we know at A, the x coordinate will be negative 2.5. At B, it will be negative 1.5. So our solutions then are when x is greater than or equal to negative 2.5, but less than the negative 2. We know it can't be equal to negative 2 because at negative 2, this is undefined. And the other solution could be when x is less than negative 1.5 but greater than negative 2. Okay, so thank you for watching and I hope you found that helpful. If you did find that useful, please like and subscribe, and you can download the full lesson and worksheet from my website mrmathematics.com. There's a link in the description below. Thanks again and take care.